Elon Musk latest updates briefing, April 6, 2026. 1. SpaceX advances IPO process, market focuses on scale and pace. Multiple media outlets report that Elon Musk's aerospace company, SpaceX, has initiated or filed documents related to an initial public offering, IPO, sparking widespread attention. The BBC noted that discussions involve a potential valuation or equity scale of up to $1 trillion, while Axios reported that SpaceX has submitted relevant materials to public markets. Overall, SpaceX's path to going public is moving from rumor to substantive progress. Future focus will center on the speed of filing, pricing and valuation ranges, and the impact of the IPO timeline on capital market sentiment. 2. The busy period arrives, multi-track progression and rising market expectations. The Verge points out that Musk is entering an even busier phase, implying a multi-track advancement across both business and public affairs. Combined with various reports on the SpaceX IPO, this suggests that his core workload is accelerating, and the market will become increasingly sensitive to subsequent developments. 3. Rising legal risks, class action lawsuit over Twitter stake disclosure timing. Reuters reports that a judge has ruled Musk must face a class action lawsuit related to his failure to timely disclose his stake in Twitter, now X. This indicates clear legal procedural pressure regarding corporate governance and information disclosure compliance. For external observers, this case may impact assessments of his capital market communication, regulatory compliance, and personal legal liability risks. For overview of persona and business empire, SpaceX, Tesla, X, and public issues. Britannica provided an overview of Musk's multiple identities and spheres of influence, covering core companies like SpaceX, Tesla, and Twitter/X, as well as his connections to public issues, mentioning Trump, Doge, etc. This content provides the role and thematic background for understanding recent events, illustrating that Musk's influence spans both the tech industry and public discourse. Conclusion. Currently, the most noteworthy information points are concentrated on two main lines. First, the valuation and capital market volatility brought by SpaceX's IPO progress. Second, the risk of a class action lawsuit triggered by Twitter/X disclosure issues. Meanwhile, Musk is described as entering a high-intensity phase of multi-track operations. Should the IPO and legal proceedings advance simultaneously, both market expectations and regulatory scrutiny are likely to intensify further. Tesla briefing, April 6, 2026. A theme, Tesla. Recent reports center on Tesla's sales performance and progress in autonomous driving, forming a contrast of a short-term pressure versus long-term bets. Q1 deliveries miss expectations, market environment remains challenging. Reports indicate that Tesla's Q1 delivery volume failed to meet market estimates. Against the backdrop of fierce competition and fluctuating demand in the EV industry, this performance is seen as a signal of short-term pressure. Reclaiming the global EV sales crown versus BYD despite delivery pressure, another report shows Tesla has reclaimed the top spot in global EV sales, taking the lead back from BYD. This suggests that Tesla maintains strong scale and competitiveness on a global level. Robotaxi, signs of human remote participation. News regarding autonomous driving and robot access has drawn significant attention. Reports claim that Tesla's robot access are allegedly driven or intervened in by humans remotely, and that this happens sometimes. This implies the current system may still rely on human dispatch and intervention in complex scenarios. Austin expands unsupervised robotaxi zone, but with limited fleet. Another report mentions that Tesla has expanded its unsupervised robotaxi operations in Austin, Texas, though the number of participating vehicles remains small. This move reflects a steady pace in pushing automation forward, while scaling remains cautious. Discussions on the success of Tesla Diner. Some articles titled "Is the Tesla Diner a Flop?" reflect market skepticism regarding the execution of Tesla's non-core or conceptual projects. Due to a lack of specific details in current materials, this remains largely a matter of public scrutiny. Summary: Tesla faces short-term delivery pressure but maintains its global sales lead. Meanwhile, robotaxi progress continues, albeit with signs of remote human participation, as the company expands unsupervised operations through its small steps, fast iterations approach. SpaceX briefing, quick look, April 6, 2026. SpaceX plans epic IPO, igniting market interest. Reports indicate SpaceX plans to go public in what is expected to be one of the largest IPOs in history. The market believes this will significantly boost the company's valuation and financing capabilities while driving market pricing for its long-term commercialization and supply chain extension. Potential beneficiary stocks around SpaceX IPO trigger investor bets. Articles have identified two types of stocks likely to benefit: supply chain participants, aerospace manufacturing, services, etc., and market trading targets related to high valuation growth aerospace assets. The logic is that IPO expectations bring higher visibility, liquidity, and valuation re-ratings. SpaceX selects 21 banks for IPO, codenamed Project Apex. SpaceX has reportedly lined up 21 banks for this massive IPO under the codename Project Apex. This is interpreted as SpaceX utilizing robust underwriting and financial resources to improve transaction efficiency and market coverage, reflecting the high importance placed on the scale and complexity of this offering. California rocket launch today. Information regarding a rocket launch in California today provided details on when and where to watch the SpaceX Falcon 9. Such launches serve as public demonstrations of technical rhythm and mission reliability, further strengthening market confidence ahead of the IPO. Analysis: SpaceX orbital data centers may face hurdles similar to Microsoft's undersea project. One analysis suggests that if SpaceX pursues orbital data centers, it may encounter difficulties similar to Microsoft's shelved undersea data center project. Core risks focus on feasibility, infrastructure costs, regulatory constraints, and the technical/economic viability of cross-scenario deployment. Conclusion: SpaceX's current external narrative is dominated by the high-intensity IPO push, 21 banks, Project Apex, and the management of its launch mission cadence. Simultaneously, the market is scrutinizing the risks of its long-term infrastructure and data center blueprints. Briefing Elon Musk in Twitter/X progress, as of April 6, 2026. Musk faces potential class action for delayed Twitter stake disclosure. A judge ruled that Musk may be held liable for the delayed disclosure of his stake in Twitter, now X, allowing the case to proceed as a class action. This reflects the high priority regulators and the judiciary place on disclosure compliance. Investors may sue as a class in New York securities fraud case. LAW.com noted that in New York securities fraud litigation, investors have the opportunity to sue Musk via a class action. This highlights the opening of a litigation path regarding disclosure timing and potential investor losses. X platform to launch scam kill switch. CoinDesk reports that X will deploy a mechanism to automatically lock users/speakers who mention crypto for the first time to reduce fraud risks. This move aims to combat the high incidence of crypto-related scams through stronger risk control. Briefing, Neuralink Dynamics Summary, April 6, 2026. Two recent updates regarding Neuralink's applications suggest that brain-computer interface (BCI) technology is moving from the lab to perceptible daily capabilities. Breakthrough demonstration on academic and community stages. A Neuralink patient shared results at a seminar/forum at Yeshiva University in Michigan, demonstrating the technology's maturity and influence in public communication settings. This helps the public understand BCI principles and risk management. From mind control to immersive interaction, playing games with the mind. Another report focused on a patient using Neuralink to play World of Warcraft with their mind, reaching high-intensity interactive stages like raids. This means BCI usability is no longer limited to basic commands but is expanding into complex real-time interaction, providing a strong demonstration for future rehabilitation, alternative communication, and broader human-computer interaction.